I don't think Nintendo is perfect. I don't think Nintendo is perfect.
I don't think Nintendo is perfect.
Well, now my opinion is useless, so I can give it away for free. If I survive the fan base. Hey everyone, I'm back, and I don't think Nintendo is a beacon of quality anymore. Now don't get me wrong, I love Nintendo ever since the Wii. Oh great, now my opinion's worth even less than zero. My consoles are like my children though. I love them all equally. However, I do have my secret favourite. But it seems like every big holiday Nintendo title gets overwhelming praise, that it's the bar of quality, and other devs should take note. But nothing is like a Nintendo game, but how true is that? Imagine this, it's 2006, a new 2D Mario is on its way. Posters litter the streets, ads continuously play on TV. Everyone at school is talking about this ancient god returning. New Super Mario Bros. A long overdue new entry in the 2D Mario series, and a much needed refresh after this. I really like New Soup. As someone who's never played the originals until recently, I think it's this game that should be put into the classic age of golden platformers. Too bad they kept releasing the same game every year for a couple of years. The new Super series kind of dried out really quick with me, and from what I hear, a lot of Nintendo fans think the same way. They won't make a new F-Zero game because they need new ideas, but they'll happily release a DS game on 3 other platforms. Now in the other corner is Rayman. Bit younger than Mario, but also help kids to learn, and now also stars in an overly hard platformer. Moving on to 3D in a super good game, then following it up with an okay-ish game before returning to its roots. Rayman Origins was a blast. Fun level design that flows so nice. Cool extra mechanics that don't pull you out of the main experience too much. And some of the best chase moments in gaming history. Chasing the ambulance in Driver San Francisco, the Talbot chase in Uncharted 3, and on the top of the pile is Chase the Chest. Man, if only there was more levels like the chase one in oh, okay, just make a whole game, that's cool I guess. Now, for the purpose of this video, I can't go into too much detail why this game is so great, but let's quickly compare. This is a water level in each game. Rayman feels like you're infiltrating Rapture, dodging lights and lasers, with fast but just the smoothest smooth. Mario has you avoiding a big fish, with the movement speed of the Titanic, 2 hours after the impact with the iceberg. How about a desert level, or a boss fight? But still somehow Mario's labelled as the best a platformer can be. Though, while it's not a bad game, there's so many other games out there. Hell, Ubisoft, the people that milk their franchises until they're unplayable, managed to create a unique platformer back in 2013, and Nintendo just puts out a port of a Wii U game on the Switch, which is nearly identical to the 3DS game, just without inflation. And that game is a copy of the Wii game, just without unresponsive motion controls. And that game has just been copied of an actually good platformer. Remember a time where PlayStation would re-release like any game franchise that got somewhat popular on PS2 onto the PS3 with HD enhancements, and it included some goodies like online play in there as well? It did just draw attention to its poor graphic quality and lack of new features? Buddy, you're in for a treat. If you're complaining about a $30 full HD collection of a game that's decade old, wait until you get 3D All-Star. Not only is it counting down its days before its public henning, but it's also double the price. You also can't buy this game separately. Mario 64 isn't even in HD, and they didn't even add anything. Sorry, my bad. They added a soundtrack menu. Controls are not well optimized for the system, and there's no 3D option. Come on, it's literally in the name. Sony want these classics to be enjoyed by as many people as possible on a hardware that would age a lot better than something running on composite tech cables. They are slowly releasing Zelda remakes. Well, some are remakes, others are just HD remasters. Also, they're $60 each. You did it in the past, Nintendo, just do that now, but on your best-selling hardware. Alright, this one may be unfair. Like, really unfair. But Mario Maker is a good game, and the sequel's even better. But how it's handled its level creator is weird to me. You play a Mario game and you think, wow, this mechanic is really cool, I want more of it. Well, if it's in the tool menu, great. If it's not, well, give up. Now jump back to Little Big Planet, and you're playing the story mode, and you think, well, this swinging monkey is really fun. I could make an interesting level with that. Well, chuck down the item and boom, got the level of your dreams. I wish this monkey was a shark chasing you, but there wasn't a shark in story mode. Well, make your own with the bits and bobs from other creations. Especially in 2, like you might be a good builder, and you can just steal some code from the community creator, or vice versa. However, if you want to make something unique in Mario Maker, well, hope you know how to exploit the game's creature limit and various other meta things just so it can make a goddamn timer. You may argue it's to keep the level building simple, but have you played Little Big Planet? I made this when I was 9. The fact you can recreate quality story levels in the game with enough time and knowledge, but if you want to recreate most levels in New Super U, well, you don't have this, and this. Adding the ability to just add your own code or behaviors can do so much for a game, instead of just having it as an asset pack you get for free with Unity. Now, I love my music, but if you go to Spotify or your music platform of choice and look up your favourite game soundtrack, chances are you'll find it there. Now look up a game OST of a game published by Nintendo. You'll get something, but like searching it up on YouTube, it's just covers or re-uploads. It's not like they're locking off their music. Nintendo is more than happy throwing it around on whatever game they're currently making. But what sane person listens to music through their Switch? Just want to listen to Coconut Mall, damn it! Switch Online is $20 a year, why are you complaining about it? Because it's the only option if you want online on the Switch. Also, I'm gonna be just focusing on Switch Online and PlayStation Plus because, I mean, nothing can beat the deal Xbox is giving, so. Remember when PlayStation was like, man, running a server is expensive. Just do what Xbox is doing and improve the performance a bit and chuck in some free games. Cut to present day, I get free brand new PS5 games monthly for the same price I would be paying for it during the PS3 days. For $60 a year, that's pretty good, and that's around 12 PS5 games I otherwise would end up buying anyway. Meanwhile on Switch, I'm still paying half that for an online that barely works. You think your connection's bad on Mario Kart, combine that with the terrible Australian internet, and that's how bad it gets. Plus, I get an NES game right after I bought the NES Classic, which renders it useless. SNES games are pretty cool, since I do actually care about the quality of emulation there. But still, for $30 more, I can get PS5 games, and with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, I can get 100 games basically for free, since I'm finding codes everywhere. Okay, it's the big one. Reason why I'm making this video in the first place. Breath of the Wild is an amazing game that I just do not get. Countless times I've heard 10 out of 10 masterpiece, sets a new standard for open world games, world design is unbeatable. Now, me, being a fan of Wind Waker, and some of the old SNES style Zelda games, I picked this up along with my Switch, and it didn't draw me in. The main thing I hate about open world games is travel time. Now in a game like Far Cry 3, I didn't use fast travel because I loved the driving physics, and they were fun, and accidentally running into a group of enemies, murdering half the population was great. But in Breath of the Wild, I'm just walking. Yeah, there's groups of enemies, but since the map is so big and flat, what's the point of fighting them when I can just go around? Especially with how quickly your weapons break, it seems like there isn't any reward. To me at least, going to every shrine just to get health, just to progress, feels like grinding in an RPG. A big thing Breath of the Wild has is the go anywhere tagline I always see. But I've seen that tagline for as long as I can remember. Wasn't that a big meme during the Skyrim days? Like, see that mountain? You can go there. You can climb that, and you can do it without some stupid stamina system that you have to grind to increase. Back to Fallout New Vegas though. Fallout starts with getting shot, and then your goal is to find out who did it. But of course this game is hours long, so that's not all that happens. But that is your first main goal, bit like the Divine Beast in Breath of the Wild. Now, the first town you see already gives you so many options on how you can progress the story. You can side with the residents, side with the raiders, walk away, or just kill everyone. Breath of the Wild, the best an open world can be, has you walk over to the first Divine Beast. Maybe you'll encounter a pig guy hideout, but you could make it without seeing any enemies if you wanted to. Fallout, you get caught up in the battle of political control of the Strip, needing to side with one of the factions, or with ideologies on how the Strip should be controlled. Breath of the Wild has texts from a fish guy that whatever you do doesn't seem to have much of an impact on the world. In fact, the only thing I really noticed was Ganon's health was lower at the end. Now, Breath of the Wild isn't a true RPG, but when you say it's best open world, have side missions along with a single main quest, explore places and find new weapons, have areas harder or easier, and have to grind out the shrines to increase your stats, it gets compared with RPGs in my eyes. And in my eyes, it just isn't the quite near of some Bethesda games have. Not to mention games like Far Cry 3 or Assassin's Creed Odyssey have these massive lived-in worlds, but Breath of the Wild seems like to have a normal map with enemies kind of placed on top randomly in the harder and easier areas. If you haven't already, I recommend watching Atman's review on Fallout New Vegas and think the whole time watching it about Breath of the Wild. It may help change your mind. Or hell, just like what you want, it doesn't affect me, I'm still gonna buy Breath of the Wild 2. So, I've lost all credibility I've built up over the year, but I've already invalidated all my opinions for not really liking the first Ratchet & Clank. Now, it sounds like I hate Nintendo games, but there's still experiences on the Switch that I wouldn't find anywhere else. There's some positive things about Nintendo just to balance things out. Mario Odyssey is a blast. 3D World and Bowser's Fury port is so good, even though I didn't enjoy the base game to something like Zapboy or Bigot. Wait, no, stay positive. Joy-Cons are, no, positive things. Think positive. Tropical Freeze is fun, 51 World War games. Smash Bros and Mario Karts cannot be replicated no matter how hard Sony tries. Luigi's Mansion 3 listened to feedback and made a super good game. Animal Crossing is a lot of fun if you play it properly and not for 4 months straight like I did. And finally, I love the Pro Controller. Oh, and Amiibo! That's a really cool idea, by the way. What? Who's knocking on my door? Well, looks like my positive spiel about Nintendo didn't do enough. Okay,